Among the most powerful economic entities of the modern world is the World Bank Group, and chief among its divisions is the IBRD, the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. This presentation will be a brief exploration of what the IBRD is and how it works in the modern world. I will begin by giving general information about its creation, membership, and aims. After that, I will discuss the main methods of the IBRD's operation, country assistance strategies, and financial solutions before evaluating the strengths and weaknesses of the IBRD. Finally, I will contextualize this institution by detailing its place in the modern world, but more importantly, what issues it faces today. The IBRD was founded in 1944, in the midst of the Second World War as a response to the brutality of World War II in Europe. The world saw a necessity to rehabilitate both economically and socially the traumatized continent, and arranged an institution through which economic recovery could be facilitated. The IBRD is more inclusive than its sister division of the International Development Agency, with 186 members worldwide. The non-members can easily be divided into the three groups shown. Small, rich European nations find financing through alternative sources and tend not to require the large-scale development projects of other members. Small island nations may need development, but usually exist in relative economic isolation and independence, beyond the control of regional powerhouses. Finally, countries like Cuba and North Korea are deemed politically unsavory and are consequently non-members. However, the country's pursuit of autarky and resistance to capitalism may also factor into this decision. Also, Taiwan is not a member for politically sensitive reasons. The IBRD's aim is shown below. However, the IBRD also aims to reduce poverty while focusing on both regional and global issues, concentrating on supporting social development, often neglected by private creditors, and supporting nations during crises, among other things. In terms of IBRD operations, a CAS is a development program tailored to a country's needs both financially and socio-economically. To provide for these programs, the IBRD offers financial solutions that are both flexible and practical for each member. In this presentation, I will explore the strengths of the IBRD through the success of certain projects, whereas the weaknesses will be a brief analysis of the structure of the IBRD, which adheres to a political agenda. A CAS is designed specifically for each member before loans are drawn up. It takes into account the socio-economic climate of the nation as well as the current efforts. Although the IBRD always keeps in mind its overarching goals, CASs provide that vital link towards fusing both global and regional goals into a single development plan consisting of multiple projects. One of the crucial roles that a CAS plays is in facilitating the coordination of existing resources. A CAS considers all ongoing projects in addition to assessing the capabilities of government organs and the presence of NGOs. The CAS is also critical to the diagnosis of global issues like poverty, as it reports the status of socioeconomic problems in detail. Financial solutions, alternatively, provide the financing so desperately needed by the developing world, as well as all members, that is necessary to the accomplishment of the IBRD's development plans. Not only does the IBRD provide transparent financing, but it also deals at competitive rates to attract the involvement of both public and private sector investment. One of the integral mechanisms within the IBRD's financial solutions is its risk management. The IBRD hedges against market volatility on commodities to aid LDCs driven by primary goods. In the developing world, most vulnerable to natural disasters, the IBRD provides insurance plans for national budgets as well as key industries that are vulnerable to nature's fury. As aforementioned, competitive rates stimulate private investment, which is most necessary in the developing world where financially unstable governments can barely finance their own projects. Besides working directly with national governments, the IBRD also assists subnational entities that national budgets often neglect. The greatest strength of the IBRD is its experience. Ever since its establishment, the IBRD has continued to work towards the eradication of poverty and the promotion of development. Although poverty remains a pressing issue of global importance, no one can deny the IBRD's success in countries like China and Kazakhstan. Between 2000 and 2008, the IBRD assisted the Chinese municipality of Chongqing in modifying its wastewater treatment program to accommodate its burgeoning population of over 30 million citizens. The program not only consolidated and modernized the municipality's sewage systems, but also provided urban renewal in the city's historic districts, in an effort to stimulate both tourism and development. Additionally, the IBRD's projects regarding reforestation of the Chinese nation have provided not only economic prosperity to its cities and citizens, but also environmental rehabilitation in a fight against pollution. In Kazakhstan, a new dam helped raise the level of the northern Aral Sea by an average of 4 meters between 2005 and 2006. The dam provides relief for a historically traumatized environment while rehabilitating the fisheries and associated Kazakh industries of the region. Despite its successes, the IBRD suffers from at least one fundamental flaw. Throughout its existence, the U.S. has been the largest financier of the IBRD by providing for roughly 16% of the budget. While this may seem small compared to the majority stakeholders of companies, there is an IBRD necessity for an 85% supermajority vote on reform, meaning that the U.S. can effectively boycott any unfavorable decision from implementation. Additionally, out of the past 11 presidents of the World Bank, only one of them has not been American, and he was Australian. In the modern world, the IBRD continuously fights against poverty worldwide. However, in light of the global financial crisis, the IBRD has intensified its financial support worldwide. Its focus is the developing world, where the gap between public and private sector investment is most visible when private creditors withdraw from politically tumultuous nations. Thus, it has increased lending by over 30% for developing nations in a partial attempt to encourage private investment there. With rebounds already seen in much of the Western world, the IBRD looks forward to the future. Despite the sluggish responses in Eastern Europe and Central Asia, the bank is hopeful that a drastic increase in lending will salvage the world's governments and economies without losing ground on the crucial issue of development. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this overview of the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development.